In this lesson, I'll create render passes. So let's start. I have created few 3D objects in our scene. One is street lights, other is these tree leaves. So let's start the render passes. Go to channel box, render layers, and select the car first and make a render layer here again. Okay, in this layer, the first layer I would like to create car beauty. Another one is car occlusion. Third one is car depth pass. And I need a matte pass also for car. So I will create car matte. Let's start one by one. For beauty, I need all the lights. So go to outliner and in outliner select your key light, fill light, ambient light and add selected. Just check out the render. Okay, at once we started the passes, I will disable the image plane which is visible in render. To disable the image plane, go to camera, camera attribute editor, image plane shape, and in the image plane attribute, in the display mode, select none. And now hit render again. So you will see only the car. Okay. Again, I can see that my reflection image is visible here. For that, select the mantle ray environment ball and go to render stats and make the primary visibility off. Yes, so this is my beauty pass, and let's go to occlusion. For occlusion, go to the layers, attribute and presets, occlusion pass, and out color, make the sample higher 64 and the max distance 50. I want a contact occlusion also, so for that I will add ground in this layer. So add the ground here. Again, just hit render. Just make sure your environment ball is set to primary visibility off here. Alright, just see the render. So I can see the occlusion is coming, but this is not looking good. For that, just come closer and make the maximum distance inside the surface shader higher. So let's make it 200 and hit render again. So this is our occlusion pass, and I can see the shadow is coming nice. We can increase the max distance a little bit more. Select the material attribute, surface shader, and increase this to 300. Let's save this and render the region again. Alright, so this is our render. We'll check that. Yes, this is perfectly. You can notice that after increasing that max distance, we are having more shadow here. This is good occlusion, and we'll move to depth pass. For depth pass, select the layer, attribute, create presets, luminance depth. And in luminance depth, just break these connections and find out the object distance from camera. For that, go to display, heads up display, and object details. There you can find out the distance from camera. You can see the distance from camera of this car is 13,495. So I will put this value in the surface shader, 13,400 approximate. And let's see a render here. Okay, just take a closer look. Yes, I can see previously it was black. Here you can get the idea. All right, it's coming all the way from dark to white. So with the base of this value, black to white value, we can apply depth of field to this car. All right, so this depth is working fine, and we'll move to matte pass. For matte pass, I'm going in perspective view. For matte pass, I will apply three colors to this car: red for tires, green for body, and blue for glass. Let's start. Select all tires and apply surface shader red. Select the body. We selected. Select all. I'm deselecting the glass, which I don't want. Apply surface shader. Apply color green. And select the glass again. And this time I'm selecting only glass and apply a surface shader RG and B blue. So I have these three color. With the base of these three color, I can color correct this car in post or in composting software. So we have all car passes. One pass is left, which is car headlight pass, that we need for adding glow to our headlights. So just select these headlights. Select these headlights. Same this one also. Car headlights. And we will render this with our main lights. So we need key light, mantle ray, ambient, and fill light. Okay, and our final pass is light pass. So select the car and the ground, make a new render layer, create car light pass. Just make sure your lights are there. Show lights and car lights. In this layer, I will select only car lights. Turn off the car lights from display. Select all objects and apply a Lambert. Yes, simple Lambert. Make it white. Go to render frame and check render. So this is our light pass. I can see that our lights are bright here, but we can control this in composting. Again, I'll check in closer look how this light pass is working. Let's hit render again. I can see that our light pass is too bright. To control that, go to your material attribute of this Lambert shader and make the value 0.5, just half, and render it again. Okay, this is fine. All right, so this is for our car light pass. Now add a layer for tree and street lights. Select tree, create a render layer, tree, beauty, and I need lights, fill light, ambient key, add selected, and street lights. For street light, I need this pipe in a separate layer and street lights in separate layer. So this is our street light, and this is for our street light pipe. Now we'll check the render settings. Go to render settings window. Image format should be TIFF, and the frame animation extension should name underscore number dot extension. You can find it here, and the frame padding should be 3. And for frame range, we don't want to render it entire frame because our camera is not moving, so we just need only one frame. Street light 1 frame, tree beauty 1 frame, car lights. For all car passes we need it 80 frames, so just create layer override and 80, create layer override 80, create layer override 80, and do this for all. Next, select the renderable camera to main camera, and in quality tab this quality preset to production, and now everything is done. Just go to render and batch render and start render. And in next lesson I will bring these passes in Nuke for composting, so see you there.